Welcome back to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. Today we're doing another Golfweek Spotlight. Today it is a special one. We have our director in studio, not in his car. What's up, Captain?
How's it going?
It's not on Mars today.
It's going good, man.
I'm not driving, not behind the old steering wheel today.
And we have my co-host and a player in the tour who joined us yesterday at Turning Stone, Mikey on my left. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, what's up, boys?
Oh, not much, man. I'm finally feeling better, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened to me yesterday, or did you just see the score?
I saw the score and I thought maybe you just withdrew or something or just disappeared.
I kind of withdrew. Is that like another? I kind of did, I guess. At that point, I said it like the sixth hole, right, Mike? I said I'm either gonna stop drinking and try to come back here a little bit, or I'm just gonna
it was sooner than that.
Was it?
I think it was like the third hole. You were already a mess.
Well, the question would be, did you bring your own alcohol or was there a cart girl?
There was a cart girl, and I had a lot of peer pressure from the bartender.
Well, we not once saw the cart girl.
Wow.
Are you serious?
No, we were literally on like the 11th hole, and no joke, Travis is just like, yo, where's this cart girl? And I'm like, I don't know. I saw her like on the hole 3, and he had no water. So we had like, one water bottle in the cooler. I grabbed that earlier in the round and I was drinking it. So Travis was so thirsty that there was actually like fresh ice water in the actual cooler that we started dipping our actual water bottles in there because we didn't see anybody.
Nah, we've seen her
like 3 times.
Yeah,
maybe? I don't know if I remember.
It was probably a good 4 times.
You cut me off the last time, right? No more for you.
Yeah.
I think you said. And
thank
God, dude, you said that.
She's seen 4 times.
Oh, thank God he cut me off.
Well, now I know we didn't see the cart girl because you were cleaning her out. That's great.
So Adam,
Jack and Koch's.
So Adam, we get there a little early as we usually do, and I'm just in a good mood. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful golf course, beautiful day. My wife is going to Great Escape, so she said, spend a little money today, have fun. I'm like, oh, wow, you don't have to tell me twice. So what did I do? I went over to the bar before I went out. I'm like, I'm going to get Mikey and I a couple waters, but 10:30 a.m., I thought it was a good idea to have a double Jack and Coke with a little peer pressure from the bartender, Mikey.
Yep.
So I had one, sucked it down, went down like water, no food in my stomach. We went over to the range. We talked to Uncle Paulie for a minute. We came back. We gave the starter a putter. I still remember this much. Still, I'm still kind of somewhat there. But then I remember I better run and get another double before we start. So then I had another double.
When we were teeing off.
Right when we were teeing off. So then I sucked. And then I happened to see the cart girl really early. So I'm like, let me suck this one down because I don't know when I'm going to see her again. So then I had another double, and I think I had like 6 doubles on an empty stomach by hole 3, Mikey.
Well, that's cool.
And yeah, real cool.
Well, at least you had drinks. I mean, we didn't have anything. You're over there getting double shots, and we're drinking out of fucking cooler water.
So I had like 7 people message me. Scrounge messaged me this morning. Brad, Matt, Grayson.
Yep.
Like 4 or 5 people messaged me. They're like, dude, 117. What happened?
18.
Like 118. 18.
Well,
he keeps trying to shave.
He
tries to shave that one stroke. Dude. You're wearing that 118.
Adam, I had fun though. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
I had great company. I met a good a new member, Christian, who happened to take down D-Flight. Great kiddo, and he has. I do remember he has a nice stroke for just starting the game. So
yeah,
it was great playing with that.
He had quite the interesting hat as well.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I kept him. I bet you kept the sun out of his face.
Yeah, he had like a Crocodile Dundee / cowboy hat on, and he was rocking it.
Yeah, I love it. I dig it. You know me with my bucket hats. I wear all kind of hats, man. I dig it, man. I love it.
I tried doing that one time in Myrtle Beach. My dad years ago, he used to wear cowboy hats, and he had one of them Greg Norman white cowboy hats with the tie-dye wraparound up in the head, and I wore it at like 4 holes. I couldn't do it because it was just too much stuff in my visual when you're looking down at the ball. But
absolutely,
it definitely kept the sun out. But I just felt it wasn't.
I got one that I wear for work once in a while, and I don't like it with the flaps down because it's like you said, the peripheral. So it's got 2 buttons on it.
Oh, okay.
And I can stick it up on the side of my head.
There you go. Nice, man.
Little outback.
Yeah, Mikey. He wears like he's even in the middle of like the summer. You wear like the long sleeves too, don't you?
Yeah.
You really try to stay out of the sun as much as possible.
Yep.
Yeah, that is one thing about you. Is it because of the tattoos you try to keep like clean?
It was at first for the tattoos,
Yeah.
and then I realized after a while, you take the long sleeve off and let the sun hit your skin,
and it fries them.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not good, man. That UV rays. I actually saw a pretty cool product. I have to reach out to it. It was on Olivia Barnes, Golf Girl. She had it, and I'll have to reach out to her dad because I would like to have him on the podcast. It's a product that it's basically a wet wipe, and it's sunscreen. So for golfers. So instead of dealing with a spray, you just take a wet wipe, you take it out, and then you just put it on your arms and you put it on your neck, and it looks really convenient. Something you could, pretty cool, man. Stay out of this. Stay safe out of that. And I have pretty dark skin, but I still throw some sunscreen on in the morning before I go out there.
Yeah,
just because it's it's important, man.
Yeah, especially for us gingers, we got to
keep
that sunscreen on.
Especially.
I mean, I wear that stupid copper tone spray, but it makes you just all shiny and everything. So I actually just recently purchased through the Sasquatch company that makes the soap. They make a cool sunscreen that I just ordered. So I'm looking something more natural, so you don't have a gloss the entire time.
I could picture you with the white stuff on your
at the beach.
Yeah, like when you watch a PGA Tour, some of those guys wear it, but they don't rub it in fully, and it's like, dude,
what are you doing?
Please.
Yep, you could see it on their neck.
Yeah.
All right, so
it's really bad.
I don't remember too much of yesterday. Adam, you're gonna have to go through all the scores and how everybody did. We had a pretty good turnout for a destination trip, didn't we?
Yeah. I mean, Turning Stone's always one of the better of the year. We had, I believe, 39 towards the beginning of the week, and just a few things happened for some guys. They couldn't make it, but 32 yesterday. So we had a solid group for an hour and a half, 2-hour drive for most.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, it was a good showing. The course is in probably one of the best I've ever played that particular course weather-wise too. Usually I think last year when we played it, it was windy, but it was probably about 80, maybe 78, 82. Yesterday was just flawless.
Perfect day.
That's the course is in good shape. Greens are rolling, so
that's why the drinks were going down so smooth.
I mean, years ago I played it, Travis and I in a 2-man, and it was like 40 degrees, 30-mile-per-hour winds. It was sleeting and a little flurry snow while we were finishing the last 5 holes, because we always played it in May for the NYSGA, so it was nice.
Man.
It was the first time I played out there where there was not really much breeze.
Nice, man. How many did we have in Champ Flight this week?
Champ Flight, we had 4.
Okay. Good turnout for Champ.
It was a nice group. The 4 of us played together. Travis Koch ended up Travis Koch, sorry. Travis Koch.
Travis. I'm keeping that. Not editing that one.
There was a funny comment he said at the beginning. It's something about it's like a sore dick, you can't beat it. So shout out to Travis. He played well. Him and I rode together in the cart. He had some he started off a little slow. He was missing a lot of putts. Couple of 3 putts, but I believe hole 8, he ended up hitting about 260 with a 3-wood to about 15 feet and made an eagle.
Ooh,
and
nice.
that turned his that turned his round around. He ended up winning by, I believe, 5 against Sean Morency, who came in second. I actually had a rough day. I didn't shoot too well. It was kind of like similar to yours, but just a little lower, but it was probably equally as bad.
Except no Jack and Cokes. You have no excuse.
I never got focused. It was
That's okay.
I started off the first hole, pulled one left. It was it was a good drive, just pulled it left and took a 7 on hole 1. So there was just a lot of stuff that was happening in the beginning that just kind of threw me off, threw my vibes off.
Happens to the best of the best, man.
And
Adam's one of the best. No, absolutely.
Never got the groove going on. But it's all good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So how about our A flighters? How about our boys over there in A flight?
So A flight, I feel bad for A flight because when I first started the tour, we had probably 13, 14 guys in A flight and consistently got 7 or 8, but we only had a heads up match against Sean Doster and John Cole. And they had a good match for the most of the round. And then John Cole, he started off even after 9. So he's playing really good. And he ended up finishing, I think, 80 and beat Sean for the A-Flight win, and I think that's like his third or fourth of the year.
Congrats. I like him. I played with him at Crump and Fox.
Yeah,
We played with him. He's a school
good
teacher.
egg.
Really good egg. Congratulations.
I know he really wants to go to nationals, and he was working on it, but he's a teacher, so October is like probably the worst month because it's basically when you're starting to really get into the groove. And, you know, especially with summers off. So I know that if he went to, you know, nationals in A-Flight, he was, you know, him and Wilgocki would have definitely
made some noise. Oh, Wilgocki's making noise this year, dude. I know he's been out there practicing, focusing. He don't want to get up to champ flight because he knows.
That's why you don't see him. Right now.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
No, I don't blame him. I mean, he's 4.8 handicap, so he's still 0.9. So even if he played the last two events and, you know, shot 78 both days, he would be fine. But I get it.
Yeah, I got you. So we're gonna. I mean, this is a good time to say this. You said there's only a couple guys in A-Flight. I mean, some of it is the destination thing, but we know some of it is the money thing, and it's tough to get these, you know, to swing $180. So maybe now's a nice time to announce to these guys what our plan is to do next year, and we're going to run some of the old poker players. What you'll know them as is like kind of satellites. We're going to run some randomizers and some raffles, giving people a cheap. Adam and I were talking. I've been doing this thing with the Lombardi putters, and I said to Adam, why don't we do this for some big events? You know, there's no reason why somebody can't get a chance to get into a big event for $20.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, absolutely. So I think that'll help fill up every flight. I think anybody will say for $15-$20, I'll take a shot to get into this event. So so we'll be doing that next year with this Golfweek Spotlight. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, man. I mean, we have big plans for 2025. There's going to be a lot of different changes. I'm gonna reamp the entire tour. We're going to get a couple new sponsors. We're going to get a couple of new signs. We're going to do little things differently than we normally do.
100%.
You're seeing.
Yep.
You know, my theory is that obviously we're bringing the tour golf and we're trying to bring something exciting. But if you just keep doing the same thing over and over again and see the same flags and same signs, stale. You know, it's just, you know, it becomes stale, which, you know, in this case, it's still exciting. But like Anthony said, is next year we're going to run some big you know, raffles. We're going to give away, you know, a chance for you to win 2-day events where, you know, you put in, you pay $15-$20. You'll get 20 guys, 30 guys, whatever it is.
Yep.
Pick a winner. You get a free round.
And I might even be throwing a Lombardi in that deal with that. You know what I mean? We're going to make some nice juicy packages. So
absolutely.
And you know, and another big thing is that we're going to probably have 3 to 4 raffles for nationals, for national championship next year as well. We're going to do start early. Some big ones. 30 guys put in. You know, $30-$35 a man. You get, you know, a chance to get the big entry to the nationals. So, you know, it's a great thing. I mean, I think it's going to be good. Yeah, you know, it just gives a little bit more excitement. You know, I mean, I might even do it for every event. I'm not sure, but you know, it's going to be out there. There's going to be different things we're going to be doing, so it's going to be exciting between this and the podcast and some new sponsorships.
Yeah, I mean, we could even run them on the. If you want to do it every week, man, I'll help you. We'll run it right on the Golfweek Spotlight, and we could do it that night. So run a couple of them, get a couple people a free spot, man. And there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think there's anything. It's not really gambling. It's just kind of like a raffle, and it gives everybody a chance to get in at a cheap option, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
One of the biggest things with me is that, you know, sometimes on events, you know, I feel like I don't get to know everybody as much as I would like to. Mm-hmm. You know, when I get there in a day, you know, I'm at the table, you know, somebody comes in, says hello, and behind them they got 2 or 3 guys. So I feel like, you know, I'm trying to register everybody in and do what I need to do. So, you know, I think with this whole raffle thing, it's going to allow us to, you know, come together more.
I agree.
You know, even if we do something, you know, on the podcast, people are listening live in. You can jump right in with video. You know,
I could run my phone live and have that be going Facebook Live. We could be watching it, saying, "Oh, here's Matt hitting me up live. Here's whoever." Yeah, you could do anything, but we're going to grow this thing.
Get to know everybody more.
100%. I agree, man. And it's going to be a lot of fun while we're doing it.
And you can save people a lot of money too. Because, you know, just entry alone to nationals, that would be worth every bit of the year because you know now that you could play maybe 3 or 4 more events on the year because you do got that free $650.
Yep. 100%. So Mike, it's funny. I got yelled at from the wife though. Adam will laugh at this. I was just like, I was making a video and I got a little emotional, like not crying or anything, but like I was making the video and I was just like, you know, like these guys have really grown to be like a second family to me. Like I love these guys. I love every single one of them. Gio, all the guys that I went on the trips with. And then just like, there's not one guy I really don't like on tour. There's really not. I mean, I love everybody. I truthfully do. And they all see me. I may be annoying and loud and come out. Yesterday I was, you know, probably could have heard me from 3 holes away, but I don't know. So it's funny. I said this to my wife, and she said, "It'd be nice if you loved me as much as you love your golf family." I'm like, come on, babe. I do. I do.
My wife
But
says the same thing.
I'm like,
I wish that you love me as much as you love golf. And it's like, listen,
I do.
the tour is different. It's not like I don't love you.
Don't
It's
put
just-
us in these predicaments.
it's like a second. It's not like it's like a second job, but it's not. It's something that I love to do. But at the same time, I mean, it's like she gets it.
Yeah.
She just says her comments. And
Absolutely.
You know,
They
just,
bust balls. Yeah,
what is it? Happy wife, happy life.
That's it.
Yep.
So you go play golf for 4 hours, and then you take over if you have kids, and then they go hang out.
That's
for
what
4
we
hours.
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the best way to do it. But
she knows we have our deals. She goes on her girls trips where I'm home with the kids, and all winter, you know, she goes out and likes to have drinks with a couple girls and goes out for dinner. And so we have a mutual agreement, and she knows I love golf, and it's just what I love to do. So. She's great support, and she's been a great support with the podcast. I can't complain. I'm kind of just busting on her a little bit, and she likes to bust on me, but all is good, man. All is good.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about B-Flight.
all right, yeah. So B Flight, we had 8 guys, I believe. It was really competitive in B Flight. I think the leaderboard changed 3 or 4 times in the matter of like the last 6 holes. The guy who won, great guy, Mike Scott. He ended up taking his 2nd win of the year, and Mike's a cool guy. I mean, last year I remember, you know, we were playing in Vermont, that one course that had 0 service and don't bring your own alcohol or we're going to kick you out, whatever that course was.
That was where I got
Killington.
Yeah. So, you know, Mike's been dealing with a lot of health issues. He had some heart issues last year, and he got healthy again, and he's playing some good golf, and it was good to see him. Shannon Loveridge, I know he was 2nd. And there's a couple other guys that were right there, so it was good to see Mike take the win. But I know, you know, he was sitting around at the end because he was in the 1st or 2nd group waiting for the results. And I know Shannon was behind me, and Shannon comes up to Mike at the end of the round. He goes, "Sorry, buddy, you lost. I eagled now 18." And he gets up about to just head home. He's like, "Oh, it is what it is." He's like, "No,
man.
I'm just kidding."
That's funny. Always good.
It was good. B Flight is always interesting to see each week. I always like to enjoy.
It's always somebody
that
different.
leaderboard.
It seems like.
Yeah, I mean, B Flight definitely brings a lot more different winners than most of the other flights, I believe.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that as well. I really did. All right.
What do you think that's why? Inconsistency in all the B flights?
Well, I think the reason is that B Flight has a mix between every flight.
Okay.
You're like in the middle. So you have your good
Gotcha.
golfers, you have your mediocre, and then you have your, you know, probably shouldn't be in B Flight, or, you know, you just got into B Flight because you played good enough just to get into the flight. But I just think that it's a competitive flight because of the fact that you're right in the middle of the handicap. So you're like
Gotcha.
up and down. You know, one day
Makes
you can
sense.
shoot 78, the next day you're shooting 90. It's just one of those things.
Yep. Absolutely, man. You're kind of at that plateau.
Yeah, because
there.
you'll see every once in a while a C flight score that wins. There's actually a D flight that would have beat them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, same idea. We're kind of in the same. If your putter
Yep.
gets hot, man, you know, a D flight guy could beat a C flight guy any day.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah, I mean, see, you're right on that. C and D flight are like the only 2 flights that are close enough, like a merge where you could merge them. You know, Champ and A, you know, it's different. You know, you're going to have those guys that go under par consistently, and then A flight, you know, is like an 80 to a 79, 78. So, I mean, a lot of the guys in A flight probably wouldn't be able to compete too much in the Champ, but there's a couple that would. But,
right.
you know, you get to C and D flight, it doesn't even matter. You can just put them all together, and you know,
True.
it's anyone's game.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. So let's move on to my flight. Did anybody even come nearly close to me? That's what I would like to ask. I didn't even look. Did anybody come nearly close?
I mean, did you come close to anybody else? That's the question. I don't know. I think I'd have to look. I don't think so.
No, probably all 100 men. Yeah, then me.
You were definitely well, when you left, they asked some of the scores at Turning Stone, and they told me to give you a free lesson pass.
Yes.
They said,
Yes.
who was the worst score? And
Sweet. I need it, baby. I need it. Oh,
your free lesson pass is
shout out! I got to do.
Don't get peer pressured.
We got to shout out the starter over there at Shenendoah. What was his name? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
We'll
his
just call
name.
him Ralph.
All right, Ralph. So this is what happened. So Mikey and I are coming back. I'm talking to Uncle Paulie Lombardi, And I said, hey, let me introduce you to my friends. Rob Lee and Shannon were there at the tee box. So I go up, and Shannon's being Shannon. Rob goes, why'd you take my statue down there down south, the Robert E. Lee statue? He started laughing, but he loved it, Lombardi, when he said that. He said, oh, man, I need you down here back on the pedestal. So, but then all of a sudden he goes, hey, Anthony, is that a start? Is that a starter right there? And I said, yeah, I'm at Turning Stone. We're about to tee off. It's a starter. He said, I have this big thing with starters. He said, give him a putter. Do you have a putter of mine? You could just give him. I'm like, well, not really. I'm about to tee off. So it just so happened, I was ready to take his phone number. I said, let me get your phone number and I'll give it to Paulie, and then Paulie will send you a club. But it just so happened Shannon had the putter that I had given him. He did want to use it for the round, so he was kind of a little hesitant. It took him for a second to hand it over, but Shannon stepped up. Shout out Shannon as well for handing the putter over to the starter. So now I got to get Shannon the putter. It was kind of just like a swap type thing.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, he was psyched. Do you think starters ever get that kind of tip? A brand new putter?
No, I don't think so. I mean, even when we were at the ranch, the starter, when you were in my group,
yeah,
right? We were talking the podcast with the guy.
Yeah, he's cool as hell.
Yeah. And I always wonder, but he was, some of the starters are mad cool, and some are not.
Dennis
Cape Cod one. Dennis Penis. That starter should give me a putter. His putter.
Yes, he should have. Absolutely, man. He was a big
vagabond.
That I tell everybody that story, and they just cannot believe it.
One thing about Shannon is him and I had a conversation yesterday, and he wants to do something cool for us going to nationals, because each and every year, each region does pictures. And of course, last year we all got together. We took pictures. Everybody in other regions have their own T-shirts, golf shirts, and whatnot. We just threw on whatever we were wearing at the time, so we were like the Bad News Bears up there.
The misfits.
Yeah, he had a shirt on yesterday with the Golfweek Amp Tour on the front and his name on the back, and he said he wants to everybody who goes to nationals, he wants to get their shirt size and make everybody some shirts on him. So definitely going to talk to him about that. So that'd be nice, even if that day we all wear the same shirts.
I would totally be down with it, man. That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah,
I'd be on board, man.
Yeah.
Shout out. I promised. Speaking of Shannon, and he's probably listening. He said next time you talk to me, you better give my business a shout out, man. So go check out him over at Upstate Finest Electrical. I'm sure he does a great job over there on his. If you need some electric work done, a light bulb fixed. I don't know.
A light bulb fixed.
Shannon's got you.
I don't think they're doing that nowadays.
If you have an idea and your light bulb doesn't work, call Shannon.
Shannon's got you. No, really. Shout out Shannon. Shannon. Oh, he's a great guy, and he'll take good care of you. So doesn't want to pay us for a read, but I told him I love you, and I'll still give you a shout out, Shan.
Absolutely.
He was telling me he did pretty good at Saratoga too on Saturday, so that was awesome. He was excited about that. So.
I hope he makes some noise down at Nationals, man. I hope he makes some noise.
The first year he went, he was like second or third after day one, and then the next day I think he was up late. Doing whatever he does, whatever Shannon does. Once he's like a werewolf. Once everybody goes to bed, he comes out.
That's okay.
But the second day, he got obliterated. The second day, he played real bad. I think he shot triple digits or something.
Yeah, it's kind of not 118, 118.
No.
No one's ever gonna get that again. I don't know when the last time I shot in the hundreds. Like when I shot that 96 when I played with you, and I shot that 96, and I said I felt like I shot in the hundreds. Remember, I was struggling. Like I felt like I shot in the hundreds, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how bad I shot to shoot 117. I just remember a lot of picking the ball up and just saying, "I'm good, guys. Pick up." And like pick it. Like I did. Mike, you tell me. Dude, what happened. Tell me. Actually, you know what? Mike, what happened?
Off, and we would lose the ball, and try and drive out. And about where it would land. He'd forget. I don't know where to.
And I'm sorry, I really am, because that's annoying.
Every time.
Every time.
You should have gave him a cane or
every time.
You're in the trap, dude. You're in the trap over there, dude.
Every time he would hit it, he was like, "I didn't see it."
You got me, Mike.
I'm like, no.
And these poor guys, Mike was like shooting lights out, and this guy, obviously, the guy I was with, was obviously shooting lights out on the course. So I'm like, that's kind of why I was just like playing a lot of pickup golf, because I didn't want to hold their play up. Was I playing a lot of pickup golf, Mike?
Yeah.
So like I didn't want to, and then I would just go back to the cart and kind of let them. I did not want to distract their play. And speaking of, let's move on to. Oh wait, actually, we didn't say the winner of Sea Flight. No, let's say the winners. We were just talking how bad I was in Sea Flight.
Yeah. So
who won in Sea Flight?
Sea Flight. We had a couple of guys. We had 11 guys, I believe, and we had a repeat winner. Craig Shoonmaker took the win again. So that was I forgot what he shot. I believe it was mid 80s. I believe. I think at 85. So a great round for him. I know he's borderline, C, B flight player. I know he's getting closer.
He's on the cusp.
He's on the cusp. So, he got a little nervous about the 85, but I don't think that, he'll be fine. He didn't get moved up at all. Nobody got moved up after yesterday. You got moved to E, but
I wish.
So what are the rules exactly? I was kind of reading it on the website. If you get moved up, and they move you back down, you have to get like 3 rounds in before.
Well, yeah, I mean, any player, if you're in B flight and your handicap goes up to a 16, they're not going to move you automatically to C flight. You have to request it, and then in order for you to, get moved again, like say you're playing bad again and you want to go to D flight, you have to have at least 3 rounds.
Okay.
But you can be moved up at any given time. Even now, after August 15th, where you can't request to go up a flight, you can still be moved. But even if you get moved up to, say you're in B flight now and you want to move to C on August 14th, you have to have at least 3 rounds in,
right?
To be actually eligible to play in that flight for nationals. So we have one guy, David Koch, who was in A flight at the beginning of the year. He went to B flight and played one B flight, and he can't make any more events because he has a lot going on. So he's in B flight, but they won't allow him to play in B flight because he had less than 3 rounds before nationals. So he'll be in A, which is fine with it. Yep. He's a good player, so he'll be in A flight still. So we have a few more guys in A.
Nice. Before I gotta. Have you ever seen me do this? I think I should show Adam this. And we're gonna do a little interruption here. Adam, you ever hear about this story? What happened like a couple of years ago at Cape Cod? You ready to see this? This is pretty funny. I just want to show you this. Just like a change of subject a little bit.
Watch this epic moment.
Did you just put that N in your mouth?
Yeah. And he was bone sober for that one.
Bone sober, dude.
You put
the whole lit end of a cigar in my mouth. So I had to set my camera up ready for my shot. Everybody knows I like to video my shots, So I have my camera all set up right there, and it happened to be right in perfect video fashion too.
Listen, if you go back to that video and watch that video again, it looks like you know what you're doing with things in your mouth.
Adam.
Yeah, he did.
Adam.
He barely jumped back off of it.
Anybody listening to this, I always post these on YouTube a couple days later. So after you listen, go check it out on YouTube, because we're just sitting here like dopes and T-Money Studio, but I always like to put some videos up. Now I'm going to put one up in a little bit of the of one of the courses we're playing down in Hilton Head.
Course Spotlight.
Make sure you check out us on YouTube as well, listeners. But all right, now let's go to my boys' flight on my left-hand side, who shot some round, Mikey. We had how many D flighters this week?
I was stressing this course the whole way down there too. I'm like, this thing's gonna.
You just kept it clean. You kept it for 100 for Mikey.
Beat me up
on that course, because
you told me this course was harder than Kaluuya.
Yeah, on paper it's not. I mean, Kaluuya is like the second or third hardest course in New York, and I don't get it. I really don't. But it could be just a difference in tees. I'm used to playing the tip, so Kaluuya, I feel like it's tighter. It's got more dog lefts, but I think Shenendoah is just a little tougher off the tee.
Yeah,
you got to get off the tee almost every shot.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and the rough play is a little bit thicker in Shenendoah.
Dude, was Shenendoah the rough? So it was weird though, because and that's what I was telling Christian too. I did remember like a little bit at the beginning, like it didn't seem like it was overly thick when the ball would be even sitting up, and like then it would just catch your club. Yeah, and I'd be like, what the fuck?
I mean, there was 3 things in that rough. It's either buried, or you had the grain against your ball, so it didn't go as far, or if you have the grain going towards it, you had flyers.
Yeah, I don't think I was in the rough and had the grain going with me.
I had a shot yesterday about 200 yards, and I looked at my lie, and it was propped up on the rough with the grain going towards the hole. and I grabbed a 7-iron and still carried the hole a little bit.
Really? So it was almost like it takes off. It's like
just flies.
yeah,
it's just there's no spin on it.
Yeah, same thing when you're on like an incline, like in the sand traps, and you're like fairway traps, and if it's ball flew on me on that one trap, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I hit it good out of there, but it was just the way I was. It was like it just took off like a rocket.
Yeah, that's what I mean, in order for you to even have a chance to hold the green on those type flyers, you just got to hit it real high.
Yep.
It still sticks
And get lucky.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's how the rough was, and even the short game, even by the green side, it had the crosshair rough.
Yep.
So I mean, that ball did anything it wanted. I mean, you had no control in chipping. I noticed, like it was tough to chip.
Yep.
You had to really dig in and like almost punch it, but
Greens
open
were
up
so
the face.
fast.
Yeah.
Greens
They
were
were rolling
fast.
about 11.5. They said.
Is that?
Well, you want to hear a funny
It
story?
felt faster.
I lost. So again, this was when I was semi-sober.
First hole.
First hole, I lost a sleeve of balls. I went and bought a brand new sleeve of balls. I'm at Turning Stone. I'm like,
$22.
they're gone.
Gone.
Put one in the wall. Put it one in the fescue at the beginning. I just didn't carry it. Then I dropped. Oh no, I'm sorry. I put one to the left-hand side, right, Mike, to the left.
Yeah.
Lost left, dropped, and then there was fescue I had to carry. I didn't carry it, lost that. And then no, I legitimately, and then I don't know what happened to the third one, but I know I lost my third one on the second hole.
So that first hole was a $22 hole. Huh?
Yeah.
You didn't even finish it.
A $22 hole. That was
It was a
the
pickup.
2 Jack and Cokes.
Yeah, that on it was a $52 hole.
You didn't have balls, or you just wanted to buy some balls to?
I just wanted brand new ones.
You just wanted to support Turning Stone.
I just wanted to, like they need the money. Speaking of, Adam, how'd you do over there Friday and Saturday night?
We had a great time.
Yeah,
that's all.
That's
well. First off, let me say something. I sit at blackjack and I did pretty well. So this is a funny story. Then we'll get to D-Flight. So I'm sitting at a table and I sit down and I look over and I see Sean Morency, and he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I said, "Oh wow, you're here. That's cool. This is Saturday night." And on those blackjack tables at Turning Stone, they have like a little middle section of table games. So I'm like, whatever, I'll sit down, $25 minimum, because that's what they do on Saturday night. Because apparently with all the construction going on outside, we have to pay for that. So first off, the slots destroyed me. I mean, my wife likes to play the slots, but obviously they were trying to get that money for the new parking lot that they're building. So good. Thank you. You're welcome, Turning Stone.
Fix them divots that you put in all over the place.
Yeah. So we're sitting at the table, and I'm at the end. The first card out, and there's a couple of tables around me that are open. So sure enough, some big old guy just comes over. "Is this seat taken?" I'm like, "Dude, are you seriously? Like, I'm kind of here." And he didn't. I'm
a big guy.
So he squeezes next to me and Sean, and I had to move over into the corner by the pit boss and the ropes. And for me to slide my bet, I had almost full arm over to my section. And I'm like, "Dude," I look at this guy and I go, "Dude, really?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Literally, there's not one other table in this casino right now that you can sit down. You had to sit between me and this other guy." And he's like, "Oh, we're gonna win some money." And it's like, "Dude, that's not the point.
We're gonna win
get the
some
hell off
money.
the table. Go find a new table." So thankfully there was 2 people at the other end, and they played like 3 hands, and then they just left. So I just moved.
Spread it out a little.
Seriously? Like, come on, man. Like, why do people do that? Or it's like when you sit at a slot machine,
10 bathroom
you
stalls.
bang out.
3 of them are used next to each other.
Like my wife was sitting at a slot machine. She put in about 100, 120. She lost it. And before she even got out of the damn chair, some old hag just comes right behind her and just sits right at the chair.
They have names for them people. I forgot what they were called.
Lot lizards?
Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was on Friends. You remember?
Something Hawks or
something. It was Phoebe. Phoebe was they're called Phoebe one.
Dude.
Because in Friends, I remember it. She was
bad.
Yeah, well, people do that. They'll watch.
They'll swoop right in.
Yeah, they swoop in, and then as soon as you leave, and you hear ding, ding,
yeah,
ding,
well, they see you just lost fucking $300 on new way.
They play the 75-cent minimum.
For them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame them a little bit. I mean, shit, if you could get an edge,
playing the system.
Get an edge, yeah, man. Speaking of gambling, I told you this story on the way, and I believe it, man. I believe it. I think if you're going to go anywhere, go to MGM Grand or one of the state casinos. I wouldn't go to the Indian reservations because Skinny Merlino says they fucking cheat. They fucking cheat. He's a sharp, and he count. Listen, Adam, don't listen. He said one time, and now he's been thrown out. Look him up. He's been thrown out of hundreds of casinos because of this. Because he's good at it. He's good at game. He does count the cards. He says it was a 6-card shoot, and he counted 7 6 of spades. It wasn't Turning Stone. There's Indian reservations everywhere through the country. So he said he made a big scene. He said, I want you to take the cards out and count them. They wouldn't. He said, I counted fucking 7 6 of spades. There was supposed to be, how is there 7 of them? So then now he's a card counter, and they threw him out. And but I believe it, dude. Though they do their own laws out there.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, gambling already, like that's what I was telling Mikey. Why do you got to be a scumbag? Like gambling already, you have the edge. Like, why do you got to get even more of an edge?
You're already on
exactly.
the winning side.
So if you pay somebody $1,000, you're getting 18,000 from everybody else.
Right. So I believe that,
You're
man.
gonna
So
have 18 losers versus
Well, I definitely
that one
believe
winner.
it now after 2 days there.
yeah,
I mean,
no, it's you see things like when you're playing, you're like, how does this happen? Like, how does this even happen? But
like at one point I was betting $1.88 on the slot machine, and I hit a bonus, and I hit like $190 on the bonus, and then I hit the bonus again on a $10 bet because I accidentally hit it, and I'm like, yes, this is going to be massive.
and it paid you like $60.
Oh, it was like 48.
Yeah, it's just like, what's going on here?
I'm betting I'm betting $3 $2.50, and I see some lady next to me betting 70 cents, and she's banging bonuses out, and I'm over here just giving them money for the parking lot.
For the parking lot.
The people that are betting a little bit of money, they got to throw them bones to keep them betting.
Yeah. Well, at least the one thing about Turning Stone is you can rent a shitty Tesla, so that's cool. Apparently, you can do that.
Adam, buddy, I love you, but I warned you. I said don't give it all. I hope you didn't
we
give
had a
too
great
much.
time.
Good.
I mean,
All right.
I didn't lose
Give him
that
too
much.
much. All right, good.
I didn't lose a lot. It was a good time.
As long as you go there expecting to lose.
I can tell you what though,
whatever.
the TS Steakhouse they have,
It's money.
dude, it's money.
Is it? All right.
Yeah.
I heard good things. That's up.
Well, we first get ready on Friday night. We get over there for 9:00 reservation, and we're moving down the escalator from the second floor, and we take a left, and it says TS Steakhouse, and it says 21st floor.
Yeah, it's upstairs.
So we hit the elevator button. No, they got their own damn elevator.
Oh,
You go in the
fancy.
elevator, you hit the button 21, you go up, and it's literally I think Forbes magazine has named it the best facility in the world.
Wow.
The steakhouse, because you go in there, it's nuts.
Mikey, we're steak guys too.
So
Yeah.
next year, if we had the I'll talk about the regional later, but
We should-
you definitely need to check out the TS Steakhouse. It's real good food. The prices are a little pricey, but the experience is nuts. I mean, just the inside of it.
You were thinking about doing the regional at the PGA course, right? Possibly the Turning Stone.
Yeah, I
PGA
mean,
one. Possibly. I'm not saying.
I mean, next year we're working on a regional for August, and we're gonna have a national regional. So hopefully we get 128 players at least. The first day, Friday, if it's optional, skins game at Kahluyat, and then Saturday, day 1 will be at Shenendoah, and then day 2 is at Tunyat, which is the PGA course that Dustin Johnson won his first PGA event on. Tiger Woods comes to Turning Stone a lot, and he plays for the Nota Begay Foundation. Ricky Fowler was there. A lot of great PGA players play that course and come to it. The PGA of America, all the pros that are local pros at golf courses, they play there.
Bartender was saying,
Yeah, they played the PGA tournament there a couple of years ago. So
she said, what was she saying? She said it's a little more wide open.
Yes.
it's real wide open. I mean, they got waterfalls and everything.
This is beautiful. But yeah, so we'll do a couple raffles for that one, right?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, a regional. I mean, shit, because I know it's going to be expensive. But listen, we could fill up 10 spots just from raffles.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be that bad. I mean, I'm working on the price now with Turning Stone and trying to get the date, but it's we're definitely making that happen for next year.
Hell yeah.
And, it's great because I mean the location for that, obviously when you're driving on 90, you get to like exit, from Albany to exit 32, you're like, wow, what is going on here? You smell manure, you see trees, you see open fields, Amsterdam, Cobleskill, Utica.
Yeah.
And then you get to exit 33, you hit over that thing and you see the tower from the distance, but a regional there for 128 guys. You got, the different hotels nearby. You got a lot of good places in the casino. After the round, you can hang out or you can go to the casino and see everybody. So I think it's a great venue for what they're looking for. So
we're in and we're filling that thing up, buddy. We're in.
yeah,
I can't wait.
The goal is to get it from people from all over the country.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Is a lot of the guys travel throughout the regionals, and especially in Juniat, knowing that
Turning Stone will draw.
Turning Stone will draw 128 player field. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, well, they'll fly right in for that one.
Absolutely.
All right, well, it's about time we go into deep flight.
Most golfers are gamblers.
Yeah, big time. Tell me about my man's round.
Just don't gamble at Turning Stone.
First of all, Mikey, tell me about your round in D-Flight. You shot, and now sober, I probably would have a hard time shooting 100 on this course. I know I would. Just it was a difficult course. Every shot you got to get off the tee. Tell me a little bit about your round. I mean,
it was good. It felt good. It was a couple blow up holes, pick a couple triples,
but overall,
8 and 9 is what killed me.
Give me your so you have your card out. You said you had your card, right? You were looking at it. I mean, you were basically bogey, double bogey. I mean,
yeah,
most for that course. I told Mike
on the back 9 I had like a string of pars.
Double bogey. Okay.
I think I had 2, maybe 3.
Yep.
And then
11 and 12, 10, 11, 12 you parred.
The back 9 is what saved
46.
me.
That's a really good score.
Which is crazy because the back 9 is what most people lose strokes on the back 9.
Yeah.
So if you shot better on the back 9 than your front 9, that's really
man.
good.
I actually shot good on the front 9 except for 8 and 9.
And
8 and 9 killed me.
And the winning score was, you shot 100. The winning score was a 96. So if you just threw out a couple bogeys there on those,
yeah.
If I parred them too,
and
you would have won.
Strokes.
8 and 9 is 8 is not. It's not even like much of a really hard, difficult par 5. It's that second shot because that whole middle section is just a deep crater with bunkers.
Yep.
So if you get in there, it could take you a lot to get out. And then behind it is the woods. And then that par 3, 9, which I kind of hate. It's a tough hole because it's
most par 3s get me.
It's literally surrounded by the high grass marsh. So you had to like carry that. And even the green yesterday, the pin was a little kind of dumb.
Yep.
So
well, let's talk about the winner. Here's the card right here. Let's talk about the winner.
All right, yeah. So the D-Flight was interesting because it was unexpected because throughout the entire round there was one particular player that was leading it the entire time, and Jack Gentile had a couple of stroke lead, and he ended up tripling the last hole, 18, a par 5. Maybe he felt the nerves. I don't know. I think he did. Because he had a 3-stroke lead going into that final hole, and Christian Natal, he came out and finished with a 96, sat in the clubhouse. Jack came in with his 96, and they went into a playoff and ended up Christian won in the first hole.
Nice. Congrats, Christian. He played with us.
He was exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, after the round, he put his clubs in his car. Yeah,
yeah, he did.
He's like, I got to go play a playoff. And I was like, I got to go get my clubs.
Putt off?
Yeah. For real. Congrats, though. He played with us. Good dude.
Yeah.
I actually gave him the invite. I'm looking for one person to stay with us, but I think he might be possibly in, and then I have one other person that might be possibly in. So looking just for a little cash. They want to sleep on the pull-out couch out in Hilton Head.
Is it the same pull-out in the one we have
No.
But
there's not a pull-out couch big enough for you.
Listen,
dude.
whoever's staying with you at Hilton Head, make sure they have the virtual reality.
Oh, I might have to borrow that from Brad.
Yeah, you definitely gotta get that from Brad.
So here's the thing. I'm still like, Brad kind of like joked around about it again the other day. He's not going to play, but he said that if he does and comes down with us, he would fly down and just hang out and play a couple practice rounds and then fly back. But I doubt he is. Why
isn't he playing?
I don't know, because he's lame.
Oh,
yes, he doesn't. I don't know.
Listen, if you're listening to this, Brad, stop being lame.
How many spots are left for Dean? I think he just likes to get me excited.
Why isn't he playing? He got work or something?
No, he's got plenty of time. He's got money. He's got more money than God. Fucking guy.
More money than God.
Wow.
Well, Mikey knows. He doesn't have many bills.
He lives in a basement.
Yeah. Mom.
Oh, he does?
Ma, the meatloaf.
Make me the meatloaf.
Ma, the meatloaf.
So no, he's at. I love Brad, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. He's not looking.
I wouldn't bank on it.
No, the last time,
there's a pull-out couch open.
Yeah,
and it's for sale.
Yeah, there's also
to the first bidder.
I have to wait for Christian, and then if Christian says no, I
First
have
bidder,
one other
man.
person, and then
First
we'll
bidder
see.
gets it.
Listen,
First
I mean,
bidder.
you have all these people, but I'm offering you a house with a bed of your own.
Sniz it.
So if you are looking to get a place, I need you to
He's
contact
swiping
me.
Fill up Adams first. I don't need
Do you want to sleep on a sleeping bag, or do you want to have your own bed?
sleeping bag. We are honest to be 100% honest. Nobody wants to deal with Mikey and I, probably. But
That's cool. I mean,
it's
you
fine.
know, if you're listening to this and you're on the fence about nationals, just go.
Just go. Adam finally talked Mikey into it. He signed up. I'm
Yeah,
signed up.
that's
We're
good.
we're doing it. Mikey don't care. He said I'll beat someone's grandma's ass. Someone's grandma.
you were right. The payment thing
Works. Piece of cake.
It was so simple.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was so
I mean,
simple.
if you're, I'll explain that quick for those listeners. I mean, if you're in the national tour for New York Upstate, and if you're in the national tour, and you want to play in the national event, it's $650, but you don't have to pay it up front. They offer you a chance to pay it over time. If you want to pay it off 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, it doesn't matter. You can pick, and you just pay it up front. It's simple.
Yep.
So if you say you can't afford it, I mean, okay, I get it, but there's options.
Right.
You know, I mean, so definitely, it's worth it.
I think mine worked out to be.
And if you need a ride down there, there's plenty of guys who drive. I mean, we can hook you up. I mean, don't make a decision based on what you think.
right,
won't
there's going to
happen.
be plenty of people there
I'll hook
that
you
can
up.
hook you up.
Yeah, I mean, if traveling is an issue, you want to pay for the nationals, but you can't afford, a plane trip, or maybe your car is not the best and you're, nervous about the trip, just reach out to us. We'll
Right.
hook you up. I mean, there's plenty of people driving.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I'll take someone's golf bags if we need to. We'll probably have room
Yeah.
for one golf bag extra. I mean, we'll help each other out.
Yeah, I mean,
We'll
that's the
help
thing.
each
But
other
you
out.
definitely want to
Someone's
go. I mean, it's worth it. I mean, the weather down there usually is
The golf hub.
pretty solid. There's a great location. There's a lot of stuff to do. If you're, apparently my wife is thinking about going.
Good.
And Brian DeBell's wife, apparently they were hanging out yesterday.
Hey, they made new
Uh-oh.
friends.
They made now friends, and they're all like,
Nice.
"So when are we going to Hilton Head?" I'm like, "We."
Listen, as long as it's all
she
about
goes,
golf
that's
for
fine,
you.
That's
yeah.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind it, especially if she has somebody that can hang out during the day when we're
Absolutely.
Why
golfing.
not? Go to the beach and shit. Fuck yeah.
So
Good for them. Good
but,
for them.
like I said, you got to get there.
Well, speaking of, let's get there right now. Check this out. That looks pretty dope. That will be the course that Champ Flight and D Flight is playing, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, Golden Bear. It's actually the first course I played in Hilton Head 3 years ago. I ended up just needing a quick registration, just a quick tee time. Me and 3 others, and that's the course we played, and it was awesome. I mean, it's probably the tighter course of the islands, but as you saw in the video, it's just really nice.
Yep.
Awesome. Also, you want to go over a quick review of the 18 holes?
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, so the Golden Bear Golf course in Hilton Head is designed by Jack Nicholas. Really nice course. I mean, the clubhouse is almost like a Southern Plantation type looking clubhouse. A lot of stuff inside where if you want to get a quick bite or a drink or whatnot, it's real nice. But overall, I mean, it plays tight. The first hole, we can just go over hole by hole if you want.
Yeah, just a quick overview. I mean, we don't have to get it into detail.
So, I mean, with the tees, we got black, blue, gold, and white. So I'm not sure exactly what D Flight will be playing.
I thought I seen on the thing it said gold.
Gold? Yeah,
Yeah.
that probably makes sense. And then I believe that the tips are where we play blacks. But the opening hole is a par 4 with a slight dog leg to the right with 2 live oaks positioned well off the tee and 1 by the green. Welcome to the Golden Bear. So I do remember this first hole is pretty tough. They do have 2 big ash trees right in the tee area. So it's like it's like a field goal. You got to shoot it through it.
Mikey, listen, this is you.
Yeah, but for you, I don't know. I mean, for the golds, I think you're going to be probably enough where you could probably squeak one by, no problem. I don't think it's going to be too much unless you really yank one or push one to the right. So it's not too challenging once you get past You can see. You can see it. It's just once you get past that little chute, it's pretty open. I mean,
Okay. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it's not too bad. They got a little bunker in the middle section, so not too difficult. The second hole is probably one of my favorite par fives on the course, but a 3-shot par 5 with a bunker positioned directly in front of the green. Try and give yourself about 100 yards for your third shot in order to be able to hold the green. So essentially, I mean, it's a 551-yard par 5 for the champ, and for gold, it's about 507 yards. So this one's definitely a 3-shot hole because of the fact that the green is to the left side. Basically, there's a green side bunkers on both sides, but your second shot, you're going to have to deal with trees on the left-hand side. So, and there's water all to the left side. So it's really good par 5, definitely a 3-hole shot, and definitely want to, what they say, keep it about 100 yards for your third shot to the right side.
Nice.
So,
Now I'm trying to show Mikey seeing if his phone has the virus like my phone, and that goes to Granite that went to the wrong golf course.
if you go to the Golden Bear, you hit the little 3 things on the top.
He's
right.
on it.
He's on it. I don't know why you're not.
Why is mine so weird? No, that's not it. That's Granite. He's on Granite. He's on Granite. It's down here. It says, Pebble, Nugget. He's on Granite too.
That's all right.
I don't know why. Maybe yours is not. Is ours an iPhone and yours an Android?
Yeah, Android.
I have no idea, man. I couldn't tell you why. Ours
Just a rule of thumb: don't go iPhone.
It's weird, dude. That happened. And so real quick, I'm gonna put the blooper video on YouTube. But Mikey, I read through 9 holes. I did that. I went down. I seen Golden Bear. Blah blah blah. Went on. Read 9 holes. All of a sudden, it started talking about mountains and shit in the distance. and Adam's like, dude, I don't think there's any mountains on this fucking course around the ocean.
I think they're in the wrong course because there is absolutely no mountains. None. It's an island.
So I had to go and screenshot.
Ocean?
Yeah, I screened, I did the thing. I'm like, Adam, look, I swear, dude, I'm not crazy, buddy. I'm like, they just must have the link on wrong. I have no idea what's going on. But it's happening on Mikey's phone, too. So, but all right, go on. Adam.
So third hole is par 4 from the blacks, 416, gold 358. It's actually a tough hole. This course actually reminds me of PGA National in Florida. Just the layout, if you wanted something to compare it. But it says try not to cut off much of this dog right, par 4. There is more room to the left as it may appear, but you're going to miss the green, miss it short and right for a relatively easy up and in. So obviously you can see, definitely there's green side that surround the left side.
Yep.
For probably at least 100 yards from front to the end, to the back. So definitely
Tricky
a lot
hole.
of water.
Yeah.
So probably one of those holes where you might have to
Good luck on
hit
that
a little
one,
baby cut with a driver, or you might have to bang out the 5-iron and play it for a chip par.
Crack out the 3 hybrid.
Yeah.
I told Mikey, and he did it. I think he took it in. I said, Mikey, play for bogeys, not pars, because in D-Flight, if you play for bogeys as if they're pars, then you get a par as if it's like a birdie for the A and champ. If you play bogey golf and you play for that bogey, don't try getting on in 2. Sometimes play the smart play. Get up there just short of the green and then go up and down for bogey.
Well, it's interesting to me that the D-Flight even is playing this course twice. I mean, it's like I said, it's if you shoot 89 to a 95 on this course, you're going to be definitely in the top 30 consistently each and every day. It's one of those type of courses.
Yeah, keep it clean.
You just got to keep it clean. Exactly. You got to be smart off the tee and put yourself on the fairway, and not behind trees, because it will slaughter you down there behind trees, because they don't kick your ball out. They eat it and throw it down on the ground.
Next week, Mike, Adam.
Most trees get me anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, trees here you hit. You can pull one 20 yards left and hit a tree, and it throws it on the green. This one will throw it to the to your car and say go home.
Adam, I heard by the way, I heard rain next Sunday.
Oh yeah,
I already signed. You know where we are, right?
Well, Airway Meadows is not until September.
It's not next weekend.
No,
September 8th. I'm kind of busting your chops out of the way too.
Listen, if anyone playing Airway Meadows, we'll get to the Airway Meadows at the end of this course reading. But if you're going to play Airway Meadows September 8th, make sure you bring Saran wrap on your windshield just in case, because those cheap asses.
Saran wrap for the windshield,
or maybe you can go
clubs.
inside and rent one. You can rent the windshield.
Oh my god! But anyways, I was just busting on it. Go ahead.
So hole 4 is a par 3.
Yeah. Okay. Over water.
So over water, when you were reading it last week, when you said hole 3, it was very similar to this particular design. That's why.
Okay.
So this first of 4 excellent par 3s on the course. The tee aims you a bit right, so be sure to check your alignment. Most folks bail out right for good reason, and that's 100% true. It's definitely one of those. It's 199 yards for the blacks, and for gold, it's 148. So it's not too bad for you guys.
All right.
That's probably about an 8 iron maybe for you, Mike. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not too bad. You get on the green. Definitely, if you want to be anywhere, just be a little short if worst case scenario, because they have that bunker in the back. So
Yep.
not too bad. Not a bad par 3.
Okay.
And
Next
then-
week, I'm going to put this next Golfweek Spotlight. I'm going to get this on here for us. How's
Oh,
that
nice.
sound?
Yeah,
that's what we'll
cool,
do.
Yeah.
All right. That way we can all look at it.
So the
Right.
fifth hole is a 373 yard par 4 for the tips, 327 for the D-flighters. The fifth is our signature hole, a relatively short dog left par 4 with a stunning view from above. Keep your second shot away from the green side bunker, and this could be your first birdie of the day, Mikey. Right there, first
we
birdie
go.
of the day. It says it right on the
Big
cell
skin.
phone.
First one.
Big skins.
Yeah, but
Big
it won't
money.
be your first birdie because your cell phone doesn't have this.
we'll be playing the nugget.
Yeah, you'll be playing the chicken nuggies.
The nuggets.
No, this is a good hole. It's fairly simple. I mean, you can hit another. It's only 327, so that's probably you could play almost a 7 iron in and be just fine. So, but not much going on except for the water in the left side. So
Yep.
obviously don't pull it in the water, but relatively easy hole. But it is nice. It's one of the that you saw in the video. So
Okay.
number 6 is a long par 5, I think. Yeah, long par 5 or par 4 for tips 444 and gold 383. So one of the longer ones for
That
gold
is
on the
longer.
flights.
Yeah.
And it immediately says a demanding and intimidating straightway par 4 with OB left and water on the right. The fairway is roomier than it may appear. So let's go of the steering wheel and let her rip.
There you go.
Let go of the steering
I like
wheel,
this
baby.
dream.
Grip
Right.
it and rip it.
I like it.
Right. John Daly
No,
style.
see, when I was telling you how these images seem like they're worse than they really are, like you look at that hole and it's just like, what in God's earth?
It's not that narrow.
No, it's not narrow at all. Like these images make it seem worse.
Okay.
Right.
But you
All right.
probably have about a 50-yard wide fairway
Okay.
on that. But obviously, even if you hit one a little right, it's just going to be protected by